Hello, my name is Jenny and today I'm going to speak about body dysmorphia and how therapy can help people who suffer with it. First, I'm going to tell you a little of my experience. As a young person, I suffered with appearance anxiety, and although I didn't know that was what I was experiencing, I found it very difficult to get to school. I missed a lot of my education and I was quite preoccupied with changing parts of the way I looked. I was really fortunate that as I moved into my 20s, I grew out of this, although there were some elements of the same kind of anxiety that continued for many years, including compulsive skin picking. Later in life, my son developed anxiety. He was bullied in school and his anxiety escalated into body dysmorphia. I think it's enough to say that he suffered terribly for a number of years. And after a lot of therapy, he made a recovery, which to us felt quite miraculous. But in fact it wasn't. It was a lot of hard work and time and just doing the right things that helped him to get better. And Adam is now a qualified psychotherapist, and he works with people who have body dysmorphia and appearance anxiety. If you or someone you love suffers with appearance anxiety or body dysmorphia, I encourage you to get help and support as soon as possible. BDD treated early, quickly, can be treated effectively, and there is a good outcome for people who have this. A lot of people who experience BDD don't realise that they have it. For them, they are preoccupied and overwhelmed by feelings of dissatisfaction with the way they look, and that can usually be about one feature. There are some questions that help people to identify whether they or their loved one may be suffering in this way. The first thing would be, does the person, or do you, experience a lot of anxiety about your appearance? A lot of us do. We worry about the way we look, and I found it really difficult filming this, then having to look at myself on film, just not enjoying looking at myself. So this is a really common experience. But for people who have BDD, they're preoccupied with changing or perfecting and improving their appearance. And there's one question that really helps to identify whether somebody has appearance anxiety, which may develop into BDD, and that is, do you have any repetitive or obsessional behaviours associated with your appearance that impact your day-to-day life or your well-being? So for somebody who has BDD, their life may be dominated by their anxious concerns about the way they look. It's hard to express just how devastating this can be for an individual. It's an overwhelming sense of fear and dissatisfaction that in some cases prevents people leading their life at all. People can become trapped in their own home and isolated from friends and family. There's a wealth of information about BDD online, and I encourage you to go to the BDD Foundation to find out much more about it. So why does therapy help? The experience of having BDD is often very alone and isolating, and family members very often don't understand, and there can be dynamics within the family that are really challenging and complicated around BDD. For example, misunderstandings about what's going on for you, and dynamics such as reassurance seeking. But I just want to say today that I believe that therapy is an essential in the treatment of BDD, and your therapist will offer you validation of your experience. You will be heard, and as you progress through therapy, the opportunity to feel safe and in a trusting relationship that supports you to imagine a life free of BDD, so that you can then begin to take the steps towards that life. I appreciate that if you're watching this, you may be in the situation of not believing that this is possible and really very stuck. You may have tried all kinds of things. Indeed, you may have tried therapy and it hasn't worked. Now, it's essential, I think, to speak to a therapist who understands what you're going through and who is willing to work intensively if necessary with you, and certainly somebody who's able to stand by you for as long as it takes for you to begin to take the steps towards recovery. Ideally, your therapist will work with your family where possible, because that really is another layer of support that we found to be very important. So to return to my story, as my son recovered from BDD and started working with people, indeed he works with people all over the world online, we decided that it was time to begin to reach out to more people who suffer from BDD. And so we started the Thorndon Centre, which you can find at bddclinic.org, or you can email me. You can find my details on the Counselling directory website, and you can Google me. My name is Jennie, Jennie, and my surname is Penkul, Penkul. At the Thorndon Centre, we help people who have appearance anxiety and prevent that escalating. We support people who have BDD. We offer counselling, psychotherapy and coaching. We have a course online for people who want to kickstart their BDD recovery. Some people just find it hard to access therapy, and we understand that. We also offer supervision and training for people around BDD. And we hope that, or I hope that if what I've said today resonates with you at all, that you reach out and contact us, because we would love to help you on your recovery journey. Finally, if you're a therapist who works with people who suffer with appearance anxiety and BDD, we would really like to hear from you, because we want to build a database of people who are skilled in working this way, so that more people can quickly access the help they need. Thank you for listening, and I wish you well.